What's going on? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Let's see. Share to group. How's everyone doing? Hey, hello, hello. Good evening. Get a little bit of City Gin here. Ah, good evening, folks. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Good evening, Grand Wizard. What's going on? Sashana, how y'all doing this evening? Yeah. Hope you guys had a great day. Going to share some info with you guys today. Share some infos. Share some knowledge. Hey, Gigi, how are you this evening? How are you? Grand Wizard, what's going on? Ralph, what's going on? I ain't heard from you in a minute, man. What you been up to? Roger, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah, I just want to come before you this morning, or this evening. Drop some knowledge here on you. Hey, Cecilia, how you doing? Welcome. I see you coming in. Hope everybody had a good day and everybody's safe. It's been a lot of craziness going on around the country as it pertains to weather. So I hope everyone is definitely in a good, safe spot. But what I wanted to do is just to come on and talk to some folks. First let me tell you who I am. I'm Dylan Raymond, and I'm a military to civilian transition expert. So I coach individuals that that's currently in the military looking to transition. Coach veterans that's looking to enter into the workplace, maybe change career. What's going on, Pick? How's it going? Also, service members and family members, just being able to drop some information. I've been in the industry or been in the recruitment / talent development for well over 20 years in the military recruitment space now, about 15 plus years. Worked for a major international petrochemical industry organization. But I have the pleasure of being able to work with service members day in and day out. So I was on a call today with an individual. This guy was in 05 in the Navy. So he was, he's very, very high level, is in the process of transitioning, coming off military active duty. You wonder, some folks do 20 years, some do 25. I did 25 years, served on both the active and reserve side. So I started out as an optician making eyeglasses, kind of progressed through the military ranks. I was a drill instructor, did that for about 3 years, and then I was a foot recruiter for 4.5 years. Deployed twice, once to Iraq, the other two Afghanistan, Kuwait, in that region again. Deployed as an enlisted service member as well as an officer. Quite honestly, after my first deployment, came back in 2005 and found that it was a challenge. It was a significant challenge trying to, hey, what's going on, Major Riddick, how's it going? It was a significant challenge. I had a lot of experience and didn't quite understand how to transition that experience into relevant language that a company would understand. So I struggled, 4 months of unemployment. I realized that that unemployment was a very painful process for me. But thankfully I had some individuals that I had an opportunity to come in contact with, develop my skills, and now I'm able to help others and individuals. So I'm just going to jump right into it. And really, the question is, are you afraid of the fear of the unknown? And the reason I brought that up, and I titled my Facebook Live Instagram presentation, is because what I've realized in talking to that 05 today, a lot of experience. I think he said he had 27 years of experience, but just didn't want, not that he didn't want to let the military go, he just did not know what he can transition his skills into. So we had a conversation, and he asked me, he said, hey, well, I start as an entry level? I said, sir, with 27 years of experience, the institutional knowledge that you have upstairs, you could never be entry level. You know, so I heard some apprehension in his voice. So I was able to connect with him based on me being bilingual, speaking corporate and military speak. I was able to meet him where he was at and told him basically my approach. And I like to approach it with, I said, sir, your whole entire career has been, you can say, entry level, but it's not really entry level, because as you move from one level, one position, each position should be broadening or should be developing you for the next level. So you may go in there, you're going to have 70% of the knowledge, you're going to have 80% of the knowledge. It should be a delta where you have a curve to be able to learn some new knowledge for that new role. So I personally believe, I don't know if it's biased. Hey, what's going on, cuz? I see you out there. I know I don't know if it's a bias. So basically what I shared with him, I said, look, sir, you're an 05 in the Navy. I don't care if I put you in the Army, in the Joint Environment, Air Force, Marines. You're going to operate at that level as an 05. I said, if you was to come to me and you said, hey, I saw this role that I'm very interested in, and the first thing I will look at is scope of responsibility. You know, the level of responsibility that he has. I would not, hey, Lima 99, thanks for joining. I would not put him in a situation that's going to set him back. So basically the thing is, he needs to understand the value of and what his skill set, and how does he communicate that in such a way so that a company will not only understand what he brings to the table. I said, because if I aligned you with the wrong role, you're going to be looking the day you start. You're going to be looking the day you start. You know, so I told him, I said, what I do is look at the level that you had, the potential, your capacity to work in a different level. So I think sometimes it's that fear of unknown. Whether we do 10 years, whether it's do 15, whether we do 20, because number one is, do you fear, well, I don't know if they're going to pay me what I'm worth? Do you fear that the person that you're going to be sitting across the table interviewing with, person may be younger than you, inexperienced than you, have less degrees than you, have not been in combat, have not had an opportunity to work at different levels of the military? So is that something that you're going to be afraid of? Well, am I going to be able to communicate with this individual so that individuals would understand? Hey, Didi, what's going on? How you doing? So that's another thing. Number 3, you know, just the fear of letting go. You know, letting go, because maybe you don't think that you'll be paid equivalent to what you're currently doing. Quite honestly, I've seen most service members, and I did it 4 months. I was unemployed. Most service members, for whatever reason, usually aim about $20,000 to $30,000, probably below what their true value is, in most cases that I've seen. Because 9 times out of 10, they'll sit across from somebody and they expect that individual to tell them exactly what they're going to be paid or what they're going to earn. And really, it's a kind of thing that you would have to do some research as well. So there's some ways you can overcome those fears. Yes, it's the fear unknown, but I take you back to day 1 in basic, day 1 in officer candidate school, day 1 where you had to go through basic training. You had to learn the skills. Maybe me, I was heavy, I was overweight, I was 244 pounds, so I barely did the minimal, 12 push-ups or whatever it was to move to basic training. But I didn't know. I seen these drill sergeants with big campaign hats running around, chasing us around. So guess what? It was the fear of the unknown. I didn't know what I didn't know until I didn't know. I had no idea that not only would I get in there, not only will I adapt, not only would I overcome, but I was successful. Successful through basic training, successful through the weight loss, successful to now being able to help service members at those positions where they get stuck. Hey Valerie, how you doing? Welcome for joining. Thank you for joining. Feel free to swipe and share this with your followers. If you happen to know any service members, if you're just joining, my name is Dylan Raymond. I'm a military to civilian transition expert, and I'm a coach. So I coach service members that are currently serving, trying to come off. I coach veterans that's already out there that may be changing careers, as well as civilians, the family members, to be able to help them to be able to navigate this thing called the transition. The other thing, are you the fear of the unknown? Do you think that, hey, how's Jason doing? Tell him I said hello. Do you think that I need a 2-page resume? Do I need a 5-page? Do I need a 7-page? I had a person a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I was in DC, gave me a 7-page resume. I said, man, take this thing. I'm not even going to read past paragraph 1. What's going on, Levi, Devil Dog? How you doing down in South Carolina? Hope all is well. So, you know, and I told him, I said, not because you put more does not necessarily mean better. Hey, what's up, Joe? Joe from Trinidad. What's going on? Thanks for dialing in. Again, hey, appreciate the hearts, appreciate the thumbs up. Feel free to share this broadcast with individuals that I'm sure that you know that can benefit from it. So, yeah, but that's another thing, is just being able to understand, hey, am I going to give them the right resume? And a resume you have, once you understand the purpose of the resume, you know how to set it up. You know how to zero it in such a way that the person that's reading it, because it's really written for the person that's reading it, not for you, because you already know what you've done. So I use to spin that. Hey, Rich, what's going on, Sergeant Major? How you doing? Welcome to the broadcast. So if you guys are just joining, I'm Dylan Raymond, military civilian transition expert. 25 plus years of, hey Joyce, how you doing? 25 years of military service, served on the enlisted side as well as the warrant officer side. My passion is to help service members that's willing to put some skin in the game, that's willing to not only get to the obstacle, but get under, over, or around the obstacle so that their feet will land on solid ground. And they'll be in a position that not only will they have a successful career, they would overcome those fears, but they'll be able to give that information back. The title is very beneficial. Excellent. Well, that's why I'm here. And then just to let you know why I do what I do. You know, I didn't raise my hand to say, hey, you know, you're a military transition expert. Like I said, 2005, came back. I was an E8, drill sergeant, recruiter, deployment. I just knew. I was a little ignorant at that time because I thought I was going to have to change my number. Thought I was going to have to disconnect my phone because I thought companies were going to be calling me, handing me jobs. But I got a rude awakening. 4 months of unemployment. That wasn't a good feeling. So then at several years after I got into this space, I began to go around the country. I mean, Marine Corps bases, Air Force bases, Army bases, and realized that I was not the only one experiencing this trauma. I was not the only one experiencing this level of self-esteem, you know, a low self-esteem. Now, you put me in uniform, you put my rank on, you put me in front of soldiers, you know, I can give orders, I can move element from A to B, I can move them left, right, you know, I could even get down in a prone position, engage, you know, and the enemy. But facing someone that didn't know what I bring to the table, it was fearful. So I got into the space, and then I realized my why. Why am I doing what I'm doing? I'm doing it because of the effect. Number one, if I could help the service member, that service member self-esteem, that service member confident, that service member now is a relevant, confident individual, nice, relevant, good employment. Guess what? If that's taken care of, they're going to take care of their family. If they take care of the family, guess what? Now the community is taken care of. And that equals reducing that number and hopefully eradicating it and getting rid of that 22 service members attempting suicide a day. So that is my why. That is what I do, why I do what I do. Just the opportunity. But again, I demand a lot. I tell people, hey, give me 1% of your commitment and let me earn the other 99. So I'm going to work you. I'm going to push you, but you got to be invested as well. So the thing is just figure out a way how to overcome that. And how do you overcome that fear, the fear of the unknown? It's going to be knowledge. It's going to be wisdom. It's going to be aligning yourself with the right person. Hey, Bistro 357, thank you for joining. Aligning with the right person that's going to help you to get where you want to go. Because the thing is, hey, what's up, Brandon? What's going on? How you doing, Brandon? Welcome to the broadcast. So I just wanted, if you guys are just joining, Dylan Raymond, military civilian transition expert. I'm going to be bringing, hey, what's going on? Bringing some relevant topics to you on a daily basis. I'll be doing some, hopefully in the morning at 5 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. So that's, I want to start early. I want to see where the committed folks are. Get started before, early bird catches the worm, right? So, and then in the evening, I want to come back to you on Facebook and Instagram because I think I have a message that would help individuals. I think I have a message that will eradicate and change the way things are today. So my thing is to encourage you. It's okay to have some fear. It's okay to have some doubt. It's okay to have some hesitation. It's okay, to feel like you don't know that you don't know. That's fine. But once you identify where you are at, 4-digit grid coordinate for those that have done map reading, and you want to go to closer to your objective, then you go to a 6-digit grid coordinate. If you want to get within proximity, then you go to an 8-digit and 10-digit if you want to be able to get closer to your element. So you have to identify where you're at. Hey, what's going on, Jamie? How's it going? You got to identify where you're at and where you want to go. And then what tools do you need along the way to get you to where you want to go? But the key is understanding that it is a fear. Don't be afraid of the fear of the unknown. Because fear, we all experience fear. It's just how do we overcome that? And again, so those are some of the things that I wanted to bring to you. And like I said, I'll be starting now about 5 a.m. In the morning, doing a broadcast, and then coming back on Instagram and Facebook in the evening. So I want to bring some relevant information. I want to give you some good content that you can, 2 or 3 tips that you can take and put in action and immediately see some results. But you got to do the work. If we can get you some measurable results, whether it's a little bit from where you're at now, we can get you going and continue in the right direction. Put the winning mindset. Well, it all starts with mindset. Absolutely, Levi. It's all about the mindset. And I'll be talking about that. I got a series of things that I'll be talking about. Got a nice little list. So if you really want to plug in and get some great content, great information that's going to help you. Hey, Colonel Walker, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome. Hey, Starworks, what's going on? Keith from Queens, Brooklyn, Brevoort Houses. Hey, Gwendolyn, how you doing? Tell my brother I said hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Feel free to share the broadcast. Feel free to tap the screen, give some love. The biggest thing is we got to start with fear before we can even start talking about mindset. Because if I talk to you about mindset, I can give you positive quotes. I can give you things that'll point you in the right direction, but you have to know that fear is going to be that first obstacle that you're probably going to run up to. you know. And my thing is I want to be able to educate you to get around it, to get over it, and to get under it. So again, if you just joined in, I got a couple things that I'm working on that I'll be announcing over the next few weeks. Looking to do some close quarters coaching with individuals that's interested in making some changes, individuals that they need to be able to just kind of give them some how-to, you know, once we identify what are the challenges and then how do I overcome those obstacles. So anybody, you can follow me. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. My website is dylaneraymonde.com. Feel free to stop by, peruse there. I'm on LinkedIn. I live pretty much on LinkedIn. But I look forward to chatting with you guys first thing in the morning and then back tomorrow night, listening to this relevant content that I'll be sharing with you. And again, feel free to share the broadcast. My name is Dylan Raymond. Again, I'm a military to civilian transition expert. Hey, Sincerely, how you doing? How things going? Hope all is well. I appreciate you guys taking up some time, you know, just to plug in. I know you know some individuals, whether it's veterans, individuals that's currently serving, or family members, because we forget about the family members. A lot of time they commit, they serve selflessly. Hey, Rhonda, how you doing? So they do selfless service too. They may be here with you 2 years, pick up and go. Be here for another 2 years, pick up and go. And a lot of times me as a recruiter, when I look at that resume, I see the gaps, but there's some ways that we can close those gaps as well, because they need to win in that space as well. So it's been a pleasure chatting with you guys tonight. Hope all is well. What's up, Terrence? Welcome to the broadcast. Feel free to share it out. Again, don't be afraid of the fear. Don't be afraid of the fear. I know some things that, you know, you may be in 06 in the military, 05, E1, E3, E5, Chief Warrant Officer. And you know, you may look at that individual now, you're ready to come off active duty, and it's like, wow, I got to sit down with this individual, inexperienced, and do this thing called an interview. I have to give this person my resume. I have to tell this person how much I want as a salary requirement. Really? Yes, that is real. That's real. That's real. But you can get yourself right to be able to do that. Again, it's dylaneraymonde.com, www.dylaneraymonde.com. Look over next week or so, or between the next week or so throughout the end of the year. Got a few things that I'm working on behind the scenes. Want to be able to offer some opportunities for those that are willing to put the work in, those that are willing to invest, those that are willing to do whatever it takes today to make their tomorrow better. Hey, what's going on, Greg? Drill Sergeant Fulton on the line. But I'm wrapping it up. I appreciate you guys coming out. If you missed the broadcast, watch the replay, share it out with other individuals, because again, dial in. You'll see me on bringing some relevant content, because I realize that with the content, if you have the content, you have the keys, and you have the direction and the motivation, I believe you can turn things around. So everyone, take care. God bless you. It's been a pleasure chatting with you. Again, Dylan Raymond, manhood builder. That's it. That's it, Drill Sergeant. All right, you guys, have a great evening, and we'll be in touch tomorrow. God bless.